What's up guys, it's been about 2 weeks since my last video, and if you're new here, I pretty much go over analytical stuff about my shop, which includes finances, quote-unquote social media strategies, and mainly going over things I think need improvement, testing them out and giving you guys the results. And before we get started, I know there are some people who don't care about the intros and just want to get straight to the video, which I totally get. You guys can go down to the description down below and then skip around to whatever part you guys might be interested in and enjoy the video. So if you're watching this, thank you for sticking through the intro. This is mainly for two types of people. One being people who are starting their own online business and doesn't necessarily have to be embroidery like mine, but I just want to follow another small shop and kind of grow together and bounce some ideas around. Or people who are interested in what I have to sell and want a little bit of behind the scenes on what goes on here. If you guys do want to see my analytics video from 2 weeks ago, make sure to check that video down in the description. So what have I improved from last week? Last week I said I needed to post a lot more frequently on Instagram, at least once a day or even more. And for the most part, I've managed to do that. There are probably around 3 days within those weeks that I missed. So not too bad. And I still think the results are really, really good. So 2 weeks ago, we started off with 61 followers. And as of right now, we're at 147. So we've more than doubled our followers. So that's about 86 new followers. And we've also managed to go from reaching 2,000 people to about 4,000 people. So overall, these numbers are going way up for me, which is good given the amount of work I've been putting in. And obviously these numbers aren't just for show. The goal is also to get more eyes on the shop and ultimately get more sales, which later on you'll see the impact it's had on the shop. And again, I want to tame expectations as I've only just started. So for a new shop, I think it's pretty good and I'm happy with the results. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to go over something I still need to work on. And as consistent as I've been on Instagram, I can't say the same thing for TikTok. Although I did start posting on there, it's not as frequent as Instagram. You might be wondering why I don't just reuse the videos I post on Instagram onto TikTok. And the issue is that sometimes I do edit my videos within Instagram. So when I try to downloading it, the video has a big watermark on it that says Instagram Reels. So, I'm not really going to be posting that on TikTok. So I just need to start getting in the habit of editing my videos on third-party editing apps. I have been using an app called InShot for many years on different projects. So I know it's a really good editing tool. So from here on out, I'm going to stop editing on social media and start using InShot instead. So designs. Last week I mentioned how I only have one design on my shop and that needed to change ASAP. So I went ahead and made more designs. I believe I said my goal was somewhere between 10 to 20. That didn't happen. Yeah, I did come across some digitizing issues. So I had to reach out to a digitizer and get some help. So I'll be doing a video more on that, and I'll go over my creative process and what I'm doing now versus what I was doing a couple weeks ago. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe and keep an eye out for that video. So I'm currently at 6 designs, not horrible, but not great. I'm currently working on a Christmas collection, so it's gonna add about 5 more designs. Although I do make my own designs, working with a digitizer will start costing me about $30 per design. So that's gonna be a one-time expense, but that is gonna be calculated out of my profits. Now for everyone's favorite part, how many crew necks did I sell and what's my profit looking like? So at the time of my last video, I believe I sold 1 crew neck for $28, subtracting the cost of the shirt and shipping. That left me with $12. And I do have monthly expenses, which include Canva, the Shopify store, and other miscellaneous expenses. And subtracting that from my profit comes down to minus $38. So we were negative. As for this week, I've sold 5 crew necks. I did increase the prices on a few designs, so we're currently at $159.75. Now minus the expenses of the sweatshirts and the shipping, that's minus $80. I'm also not subtracting the expenses of the digitizing until next update, since these sales don't include the designs that I digitize. So that leaves us with $79.75. Now minus the monthly expenses, that leaves us with $29.75 profit. So we're finally positive. It only took us about 3-ish weeks to be profitable. Not too bad. I wasn't expecting that to happen until way later on. Now, as awesome as this progress is going, I shouldn't always expect these numbers to be going up every single week. because I know it's inevitable that at some point we're gonna have a bad week here and there. And I think it's beneficial to keep that in mind so when it does happen, I don't get discouraged and just give up. So with that said, I'll be giving you guys another update in about 2 or so weeks, and that'll be the partial holiday sales as well. So it could be interesting, but before that video comes out, I will be releasing a kind of vlog style video on my creative process, including the new digitizing part of my business. So that brings us to the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. See ya.